Hey, instead of driving in the driveway like I do now, I thought I would give you a little flashback of how we used to get to the house. I believe this was build day 94. Check it out. Goat trail. Welcome to 62 to Freedom. I just dropped my wife and daughter off at school and work, and my daughter left for lunch, so I'm gonna go back on the motorcycle. Give me an excuse to ride, Captain, ride upon this mystery ship. Ooh! So, this is a brand new bolo I got. I'm getting ready to chop down a banana tree that I'll show you why I'm doing this. Let's check it out. And also, you know, I noticed that you see these divots in the ground? That's ant lions. And I see right here where the chicken's been digging, trying to eat all the ant lions that eat ants. So it's a good reason to keep these birds out of here, because they're gonna eat up all the good insects too. I see the chicken print right there. I want to keep these ant lions. They are welcome here under the house because they're going to keep the ants from climbing up the columns. Look, especially, these are right around the column where the ants are going to be checking through there. See how the storm, see how big that trunk is? The storm kind of twisted that right there, and it kind of fell. I think we propped it up too for a little while. And it started having bananas, but it only had like 10. And you see how they're rotten. They rotted right on there and stopped making bananas. There are the shriveled up bananas. Because, like I said, it got pinched off on the stalk. So, that stalk will never have any bananas again, so I want to take it out so the rest of it will grow. So, I thought that was a good teaching moment for you. You know, I'm a machinist, and I will show you some pointers about sharpening blades and stuff. When you're sharpening something, anything, do not let the surface where you're touching turn brown or blue or any color. Maintain the shiny looking silver, and you do that by not pressing hard and by moving off that surface quick. So if you don't press hard and just stay in one spot, it will turn blue, brown and blue. Or if you press real hard and try to go across it, it will do that too. So you gotta be light with the sharpening. And this is a brand new blade. It's not that dull, but I want a satisfying chop today. So another pointer is only sharpen this blade on one side. You see the other side is flat. So if you want the other side to be, you need to, if you want to take something off the other side, the flat side, you need to take the whole thing. So in other words, on the face of it, you just you can't do it with this right here. Well, you can do it, yeah. But see, I don't need to sharpen it much, so I don't have a grinding wheel. I'd rather have a pedestal grinder to sharpen stuff with, but I don't have it. So I'm gonna sharpen it with my 4-inch grinder. But I don't have a grinder wheel on there either. But like I said, it's pretty new blade, so it don't need much sharpening. There's a burr on the flat side. I will go flat and knock that burr down at the end. That's all I will do over there. I will not angle it and try to do the back side. It will make it really sharp, but you'll just waste away your blade prematurely. So, like I said, I got this. I don't have the grinder wheel on here. I just have a flapper wheel. These things are all over the place here. They use them a lot. So, I'll show you. That's a real light touch. Just enough to take the burr off. You noticed I was using this without a guard. I don't suggest that you do that. You know, only 62 can do that. I'm a machinist, I know what I'm doing with this thing. So somebody here's what you gotta look out for with these things. Of course, your fingers, but also another safety measure. When you're grinding on this and it's hot and you're down here, you might catch your shirt right here. The first day, on the night shift, I think I was on the day shift at the time, but on the night shift, it was the guy's first day, and they told him, grind this thing down with one of these. And so he went down it, it got caught in his shirt, and it also trapped his finger on the trigger. And it went all the way up his chest, cut, ground his chin and all up the side of his face. And that was his last day at work. And he damaged himself really good. These things can hurt you, buddy. You think they're little and they can't do nothing, but I just told you what happened. And it ground, he had a grinder on there, not a sander. So he just ground his meat. It will grind metal. It will grind your meat right off the bone easily and grind your bone down if you get caught in one spot. So there you go. It's your lesson for today. Cause 62 don't want you to get hurt, right? In case you couldn't hear me earlier, you want to do all the sharpening on the side of the blade, the machete or bolo that is already ground. And it's super sharp right now. I just use a sander. If you were making one, from a blank, you couldn't use a sander, you got to use a grinder, and preferably a pedestal grinder, so you can just move the blade across the work. Like I said, never let it turn brown or blue. If you do that, if you get in a hurry and you push down hard and you go slow to make one pass and it turns brown or blue, you might as well just throw it away. Because it's not going to, every time you swing a couple times, you're going to have to sharpen it again. It will not stay sharp. You already took the hardness out of it when it turned brown. So, and on this side, it's a flat surface. See how I just stayed flat? I didn't really put an angle on it. That's just to knock the burr down. You don't want to grind anything off of that side. So, that's how you do it, folks. Tip of the day. So you notice where I was sharpening it at, I put the sheep on it, because what if I'm walking over here with the blade and I fall down? I fall down quick. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'll be all right with this. Maybe I fell down and this blunt end hit me, but I think it will not cut into my interior. So there you go. Another safety tip. All right. So I just sharpened it. It looks fairly good. And now I'm going to show you. You know, if you wanted to sharpen it, you're going to shave with it, you could use some stones now and go over it with some stones. That's like the rough end. So I'm trying not to hit this. That's a future bananas. Oh yeah. See that already. Also, I put on some old, you know, I already got banana stains on here. Here's an example of what a banana stalk would do. See that brown spot right there? Right there. I sweated on it already, but you can't get that out. I can bleach it, but it's a blue shirt. Oops. Oops. First swing. So I'm doing this right around, right where the storage shed used to be for the tools when the house was being built. There's a low area right here where they dug out to make the it flat. There's a big low area, so they kind of spread all the dirt around and then they tore down at the very end, they tore down the storage shed because they no longer needed it. The job was done. And it was an eyesore, if you remember it. So I didn't want it. And so the low area, I mulch bananas right here and leave this mulch here. Eventually, it will turn to dirt. Got a little too close there. And also, it feeds everything. Has a lot of vitamins and minerals in it, potassium, and not to mention fluid. They're very watery, bananas are, banana stalks. You see that? If you cut too deep, I could cut all the way through this almost, but it's hard to get out and it's too big of a hunk to deteriorate. It doesn't deteriorate fast enough. So, and plus it's not satisfying to do. It's not fun pulling on this thing all the time. So. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to mulch my own stuff because banana mulching, you got one of these big stalks. Every time you get a group of bananas, you got to cut that stalk down. So that's a lot of mulch. I can use it to level my yard out. That's the preliminary plan. You'll see how this piece right here, because this was a big section. Not all of the low places are big like this. Normally you would just pile it around the inside of a banana tree because they like to have a mound. Hi. Get back up here. So I got this other stalk, the small part of it, propping it up because I don't want to hit the ground. The soil around here is very rocky.
I can hear your voice. I can hear your voice.
I know for a fact that the tide is going out because the wind is blowing from the southwest, and I tasted the sand right before the tide line. That just got wet, and it hasn't been long since it numbs. I'm just kidding. I googled the tide chart for Bugasaw. So I'm gonna throw some big stuff out there, and I'm gonna see. The tide is it's halfway to low tide. It's halfway. So literally the receding tide should take big objects away from here. So I'm going to test that right now. This piece of driftwood No, they're coming back to shore anyway. So I'm here in this little fishing village. You know, my house is down there around that peninsula down there. I'm in like a little private cove down there. This is more open here, as you see. There's kind of a little peninsula there, and there's one way down there. But it's more open here. They got a seawall because this place got flooded out before. That's a cool curved seawall. Let's just shed back a lot of the water away from here. Yeah, it turns out that the AirPod was not working as a mic. You have to get, there's 2 different apps that I know of that you can get that will turn your AirPod into, you know, one of them. Put one of them in your right ear and it will turn it into a wireless mic. But you gotta buy, it's a monthly fee for the app. It's not worth it to me. So I think I'm gonna buy a wireless mic off of Lazada. It's made for the iPhone, so it's probably from China, but it's only 350 pesos. So it's like, I don't know, it's worth a try. 350 is like 2, 4, 6, 7, plus shipping, $8. $8 to see if it works. So there's different variations for the kind of plug. You know, if it's a lightning plug, blah, blah, blah. You know, old type plug, C plug. So, $8, so what? Ooh. That's looking cool, right? I think it's gonna be a good sunset. Oh, it really looked good. That looks really good. Woo! Oh, the hot tip.